Welcome to Caching Waves. This is an Elliott wave update for CHAINLINK. Now in this video I want to discuss a couple scenarios as well as potential bottoming patterns because there is one uncertainty in this area and we'll discuss that on the smaller time frames. But first let's talk about the larger time frame. So if our bottom is in here at 476, we did have a nice 5-wave move to the upside. Only area that was a little bit difficult is this is either a 1, 2, 3, 4 with an extended 5th wave on the low of this wave 1 here. I know it's small, or an expanded diagonal for a wave 1. So we'll go over this area. It's a similar scenario, or we have a very ugly triangle to end, and I'll explain that down on the smaller time frames. But just to note, if we do get an alt season here, and we expect a third wave in blue out on the daily, we would expect with a regular pitchfork taken from the beginning of wave 1 off the top of wave 1 to the low of wave 2, that we would intersect, this would be ideal, with the 1.618 extension, which would take us to $93 about the beginning of the summer. So we can use linear scale. I'm just saying from experience, when we actually get a true alt season, we tend to go with log scale for our targets because linear is only $35, just talking from experience. Hence why we get a move on on Solana from like sub $20 to $200 plus very quickly, right? Very similar. So we'll see if we get that, and we need to dissect if that's possible based on these current wave counts. So we go to the smaller time frame, zoomed in here. You can see what I'm talking about. Is this a 1, 2, 3, 4 extended 5th? I think it's an expanded diagonal better, but just because of the 3-wave nature. But either way, it was our wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We came past the 1.618 extension of wave 1 off wave 2 and the 1-to-1 extension of the length of wave 1 off of wave 4 for wave 5. So it was very nice. And we also hit a golden zone for our retracement for WXY. Boom. It's pretty much ideal when the algo stepped in to buy that up. So looking at this, I suggested two different things here on the 4-hour. If that's our low at 808, this is either a very ugly diagonal that goes against guidelines and then a running flat wave 2, and then we'd have our 1, 2, and a series of nested 1-2s, and we absolutely take off. Or my last alternative, I've seen these before, but it's not pretty, is this is actually a triangle. And how this would end is over here as our Y wave. So this 1-2 would get rid of here, and it would be like this. I understand it's very ugly. I'm just making sense of the bottoming move. It would be like this. So that's where we'd start our wave count, and then we'd get a series of nested 1-2s. So either an ugly looking triangle or an ugly looking diagonal with a running flat that's very long, right? So I think my primary counts, next time I update the video, this is going to be a triangle. And the difference would be in the future, if this is a 1-2, we'd get an extra 4 or 5 at the end. So it's not something you have to be concerned about at the moment. It would be something in the future. So I think I have this on a different chart. But anyways, we'll go over it right now. So this is our 5-wave move to the upside, potential wave 2 complete. I talked about this in the Discord this morning. Ended up getting the buy in this area down here as a it was WXY in here. ABCX, ABC with a diagonal C wave in the Y wave. Basically just double zigzag. And after this was looking for some momentum to the upside. But there's two scenarios I'm expecting to play out at this point, as long as we're going to continue bullish here. As you can see, we came to 382. I expect lighter retracements in bullish markets. So we had our wave 1 and 2 potentially done. I ended up buying on the break of this diagonal, wave 4, and then I added on, I believe, on the breakout above here. My stop is somewhere around here right now in slight profit. So I played this a very specific way, and have this as either a WXY or an ugly wave 1. This is the problem when you're dealing with these. You just keep raising your stops until they invalidate. That's what I did. And potentially a 1-2, 1-2. Now, I understand the ugliness of this. I'm totally aware. But if we are this bullish, we do have the ability to go up here. That's why I'm only raising my stops. I'm not trying to predict that this is coming down, right? I'm just playing the waves as they fill out. Sometimes you don't get perfection. Just look at H bar. We just kept saying upside, upside, upside. We did not know the wave count. We knew it was most likely a series of 1-2s, and it ended up playing out that way. So as of right now, this can also be a potential B wave. Like I said, this could be a zigzag as well. So this could be a WXY within our B wave. So the way I would put my alternate in is this is an A, B, C, potentially as a running flat. So I'm paying attention to this. If my entry fails here, which is very close to, I get stopped out in profit at this level. My next trade setup is down here for the C wave. So what we can do, take the length of our wave 1, our wave A, project that off our B wave, throw on the 1-to-1, 1.618 in case we get a expanded flat, and the 618 for a minimum requirement. Make those all red. And we'll go right like so. Extend those out for you. All right, I'm not on this chart in the Discord. That's why I'm just doing this in real time. So if I get invalidated right here, it's actually the minimum requirement for this to be considered complete. But it does appear like we're nesting up here. Potentially, we're looking for 5 waves in a C. Have a 1-2, potential diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Maybe we come to the 1-to-1, and then we continue to the upside, and in which case I will move this wave 2 over here and look for a re-entry. Now, how I would take a re-entry there is either buy as close as I can to this A wave as my stop. I might take a entry as close as I can to there with my stop at that A wave and looking for upside in that huge position size. Now, if you choose to take this entry, what you're saying is this pattern is only allowed to be a running flat because your stop's at this A wave. It is not allowed to be an expanded flat and come down to the 1.618. If you know me long enough by now, you know I'm all about position sizing, so I'm happy to take multiple position sizes. I'm already up on this trade originally. If I get stopped out here, I have plenty to re-enter. It's just how we reverse from here, right? So that's what I'm looking at. Either nested 1-2s and we absolutely launch, or we come down for a C wave, and then I'm looking for upside after that. So we'll see if we get running flat or nested 1-2s. I do not have a bias right now, although I will say these 1-2s are very ugly. I wouldn't be surprised to see us come down for the C wave. Flats aren't ideal when it comes to like fib time. Zigzags are better with fib time. They can come slow or fast, but it's not a bad idea. Just put on the 1-to-the-1 and the 1.618, because ideally C waves do take longer than wave A's. So somewhere in that zone would be pretty good. So we'll see what we get here. The question is that our low or is this our low? I'm not sure. And total invalidation of the impulse is all the way down here at 10.07. That's why I prefer to take the more aggressive trade setups than buying the 38250 and the 618. Everybody's different, but if you're just looking to buy, you can split up your orders between those three. Maybe you'll get them, maybe you won't. Put the stop at the low, target all the way up. I think our closest target was 35 on a linear scale. So still 9, 10 to 1 if you do it that way. But yeah, that's it for Chainlink. If you want updates, I do update this one every single day. You can join the Discord. Link is in the description, cachingwaves.com. First link in the description. Within the Discord, I post a video every single day with everything we're following, as well as you get a Blowfin exclusive in the top left there, that section. You get a deposit bonus as well as 20% rebate for life on trading fees, paid out daily to your account every time you open or close a trade. There's also, if you are not a member, there's the YouTube bonus, which is 5% rebate for life. So that's just in the link in the description rather than in the Discord. The bonus this month is 10% cash back on your deposit bonus for futures trading. So you get, if you deposit $1,000, you get $100 bonus for futures trading for 7 days. It's expired after 7 days. All right, guys. So this is what I cover on YouTube once or twice a week. That's it. Otherwise, join the Discord if you want daily updates. All right, guys, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.